Hi, this is T.H. Honing from Solar Cities and BiogasCentral.net, home of the Blue Flame, where you can put your biodigester experience on the website and connect with a community of biogas enthusiasts from all over the world. Also check us out on Solar Cities Biogas Facebook group. We're here with the home biogas system in the Arava Institute of the Environment Village by the Earth Bag Dome, and we've been running the refrigerator in there for over 24 hours now. Yesterday at about this time, it's about 3:20 in the afternoon, this bag was almost full up to about here, and we started experimenting with the Einstein refrigerator, which is a absorption chiller, normally people run it on kerosene or they run it on a wick or propane, and we started running it on the biogas. And we were also doing demonstrations for tourists who come here. Over 6,000 tourists come here every year to check out the demonstration village and the Arava campus and the region. And yesterday there was a group of about 30 professors from various United States colleges. They were here, and so we were also doing cooking demonstrations. By the end of the day, when I came to feed this at about 8 o'clock at night, it was down all the way here. The sandbag weights were pressing down on the bag, but there's still a little bit of gas. You can see here and here, a little bit of gas in the bladder here. And at 8 o'clock, I fed it on a bucket of food waste, and it was still working. Now it's been 24 hours that it's been running. It's a little more, it's getting closer to 25 hours. If you come inside, I'll show you. The gas is coming out of this pipe here, and then there's a valve which is open all the way, and then there's a garden hose. That is where the gas is coming out of the system, and it's running behind this aquaponics system and into the window over here. Again, just using the garden hose. And there's a refrigerator inside. So let's go inside and we can look at the refrigerator itself. Passing the living box aquaponics system. These use the fertilizer that comes out of the biodigester. The home biodigester produces gas and liquid compost, which is great for growing. Go in the earth bag home. And as we come in, we see this wonderful construction, earth bag structure that needed no foundation. It's just got rocks for its foundation. And here's the refrigerator. And if you bend down here and look, you can see, if you close up, the biogas flame. So it only sips a flame of biogas. It's not a, let's see if you can actually see that. There you go. So it's been on for almost 25 hours. And the way that these work, so that I can describe it to those of you who've never worked with an Einstein refrigerator, in the back here. These are fairly simple devices. Come on over here and I'll show you. So here's our hose with our biogas, and I've just got a metal pipe connecting the garden hose to a plastic pipe which is going in here. So you see the output here, and then it goes in. So there's that, and it's just a connection to the tube, and then it goes into here and then up and to the starter, and then it comes back down in this thinner pipe, and then it makes its way under here to where it burns. Now, these pipes are so thin, particularly this one that comes back down, that you need a certain pressure to get enough gas to light the flame. Fortunately, the home biogas system from EcoGas Israel in Mechmeret has those sandbags, and it does provide constant pressure, even when the thing is almost all the way down. A lot of biogas systems start out with good pressure when you have a full tank, and then as it goes down, the pressure goes down. But this one has the hydrostatic pressure, which is compensating for the weight of the sand, and it creates a constant pressure, and it's enough to get that gas all the way up through and down this very thin pipe and into the flame pot. Yesterday, when we were first experimenting, we were just going into we took the flame pot out and we just stuck this hose right into there to get a nice big flame under there. That may actually give us more performance because it is very light to do that through there. But it's working. So then what happens is the flame down here heats up this chimney. And this chimney here, which is hot to the touch, this chimney transfers that heat to this pipe here. And this pipe is coming from a reservoir of hydrogen, ammonia, and water. It's mostly water and ammonia with a little bit of hydrogen. And that mixture goes down and into this pipe. And as the heat travels up the chimney, the ammonia separates from the water. And it goes through, and then it loses some of its heat and begins to condense a little bit. And then it goes into a restriction here, but the heat is given it high enough pressure, goes inside the box of the refrigerator, and there it encounters an expansion valve. And just like when you have a scuba tank and you open it, it gets cold when it sprays out, or if you have a hairspray bottle. Anytime when you release a pressure to a low pressure, that is an endothermic process which absorbs heat from the surroundings, and that's how this thing chills, because it's under high pressure, then it loses pressure and absorbs heat, and then it goes through these coils and loses more heat and then returns back into the chamber. This again is where you have the hydrogen and the ammonia and the water all mixed together. So it then cycles back up and does that over and over and over again, robbing the chamber, the freezer chamber, of energy and making it colder. So when we open the refrigerator, we see here, this is sort of passive, but you do have these cooling fins here that, and these cooling fins here. And these are the ones that are, as the fluid behind it expands, it draws heat, and this increases the surface area, these fins and these fins. This is a heat exchanger, this whole two plates here. And so they are drawing energy or heat from inside this chamber, and that's what's giving us the cooling. Now, this is a very, very hot place. But the water's decently cool. It's not cold like it was last night at midnight when I came in. It's not working very efficiently at all. And that is probably because we have stagnant, really, really hot air in here. And that means that the refrigerator's heat has nowhere to go. It's supposed to pull heat out from the center and release it back here, but it's releasing it into a hot environment. So we've got to find a way to cool off the back, and then we'll get better performance. But when we opened the window, then it blew out the pilot light. That is the biggest problem that we have with these types of refrigerators, is biogas lights are very sensitive and very easy to be blown out. So if we're going to use this outside or find some way to air cool this, put fans, we have to make sure that this is protected. It gets air so it can burn, but no breeze can blow that out because it goes out too easily. So that's what we're looking at. It may be, as I said, that one of the reasons we're not getting sort of tremendous performance is because the flame is so small, and that has to do with the size of the pipes. We'll test that by taking this out once again and just putting a big flame underneath and the heat of the room. But it is working, and the good thing is that we've determined that, yes, you can run a refrigerator of this size off of a home biogas system for 24 hours a day. It seems that the feeding at 8 o'clock last night added enough energy into the biodigester that the microbes started making gas at about the same rate or a little greater than the refrigerator uses. So that's really exciting. There is, of course, the gas stove here, and that's fun. So we also have this pipe coming here, and learn something new every day. The refrigerator can work under a lower pressure. Anyway, for Solar Cities, I'm T.H. Culhane, still experimenting with all the uses of biogas.